Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Mythren newsletter, this time for November. Now, if you guys have been following the channel for some time, you know that I do a Kindred Fates one on a bi-weekly basis. That's based on when their newsletter comes out, but Mythren comes out with their newsletter once a month, so I figured, hell, why not add it to the list, right? It's news, so we're going to be covering Mythren's newsletter every month. Now, if you're a little confused, like, what's Mythren? Well, Mythren is a monster taming, monster raising, sort of bond-driven game that I believe they use the word sim-style game, where you can raise your monsters, you can fight with them in real-time combat, by the way, and has a heavy emphasis on bonding with your specific Mythren. A good parallel to sort of draw is if you're a Monster Rancher fan, this would sort of be up your alley. So anyways, we currently know of 3 different Mythren. There's Gracoon, there's Karor, and there's Scowl. This new Mythren that this newsletter is bringing forth is an evolution to Gracoon. So that's why I think this is pretty interesting. I haven't read the newsletter yet. I've just seen this image with you guys, and I want to react to everything sort of as we go. I find that's a more fun and honest way to do these. So anyways, let's dive right in. So November newsletter, Arcane Gracoon. Second time's a charm. Welcome to our second ever newsletter. This past month we've been working hard on the vertical slice and a spooktacular Mythren. Evolution. See, they're already getting into the nitty gritty. We got evolution up here. In Mythren, evolution is tied to your bond with your Mythren, and evolution comes in 2 variants: elemental evolution and awakened evolution. Every Mythren species can evolve after your progress far enough with their social link. 2 of these evolutions will be elemental, with the awakened evolution needing more to work to get. For example, the Earth-type Gracoon becomes Earth and Arcane for one of his elemental evolutions. And this is elemental evolution type Arcane, so therefore Arcane Gracoon. The vertical slice again. The vertical slice has been making great progress and is more or less done functionally. All is left is the tutorial level, home island, and the wild island zone 1 to be all linked up with a few training minigames. Zane revisited the tutorial level, and he spruced it up a bit visually and set up its darken encounters on the spawn system. So a darken is a wild encounter of a monster that you don't catch. It's just something that's there to be like an obstacle, so to speak. So instead of having other Mythren pop up in the wild, they're actually darkened, and I believe there's going to be a lore reason for that. He's also been working on laying out the general layout of the region of Morai, which is kind of funny because that's the name of the Monster Crown devs. Well, it's close to the name. Their name's Moirai, but anyway, where Kochant, the home island, and Wild Isle exists. The tutorial will eventually be connected with the rest of the Wild Isle level, and thus planning this out helps make sure you don't see Kochant for all sides during the Wild Isle segment. Note, nothing is really final on this very rough map. So here we can see a screenshot of the game. So yes, Mythren is in fact a 3D monster tamer, if you haven't sort of figured that out yet. And the combat system pits you in a ring, and you sort of end up facing off like a hybrid of like Super Smash, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, I don't know, maybe throw some Mortal Kombat in there. That's the sort of fighting style that the game has. So it's very interesting. Aiden has finished working on the speed and defense training minigames and has started to work on the intelligence minigame. So with regards to that, there are minigames to up your stats as opposed to just constantly just knocking stuff out. John has been integrating the training minigames up to the respective training objects. He's also finished up the rewards screen with displaying the correct rewards to any moves or skills. Javen has been working on writing out the events that take place on week 1 of the game. This is a very crucial portion of the game, given that this is where you meet your first Mythren, and the events that make become Kea a Mythren tamer are set into motion. So another thing is the game has sort of like a weekly cycle or something to that extent. So setting up the first week obviously is going to subsequently set you up for the rest of your I guess lifetime in the game. Carter has been working on implementing the functionality of environmental interactions. We achieve this by having nodes across the Wild Isle you can interact with, and if you have the correct type of Mythren in your party, then it will perform the interaction, granting you access to previously inaccessible locations on the Wild Isles. Choose wisely which Mythran you have in your party before departing for the Wild Isle. So those kind of are reminiscent of HMs. Mejonaut, I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly, has been creating a new musical track to accompany battles in Zone 1 of the Wild Isle, as well as the victory and defeat music for battles. Also, he finished the current version of Zone 1 overworld theme. Here's a taste of what it sounds like. I haven't heard this yet, so I'm really interested. Sounds really nice. I didn't want to just sit there and play the whole thing. Just like, I think it was like 5 minutes long. I'm not going to sit there and have 5 minutes of my video be me just listening to music. But yeah, it sounds very nice. It kind of gives me that like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess sort of vibes. I don't know if you guys felt that too. Let me know in the comments. Maybe if you find it reminiscent of something else. But I really like the music. It's really good. Community. Much like last month, we shared concept art of K-Roar this month. We showed off the concept art process for Scowl, which started with sketches from Zane and then was adapted by our concept artist Drake. And Scowl, of course, is the best starter. Oh, I mentioned in here. Gym Leader Ed will announce he will be having Zane and John on as guests on his podcast this week. If you have any questions you might want to ask us, make sure to leave them in the questions for mystery. Oh, wow, they even linked my Discord. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so speaking of the podcast, I've already done the interview with them. It went really well. I believe the podcast sits at about an hour long. I've decided to, instead of have it come out on Friday like I usually do with podcasts, obviously with the Monster Crown one being the exception because we had 2 this week, but so Friday, which is the usual day, we have a lot going on with Cirillum's update as well as Anitons Kickstarter. And then, Thursday, the day you're watching this, I have a Anitons collaboration that I've been working on with the devs, plus this video. So I decided Sunday would be a good time to release it. Sunday is generally a good day anyway. Most people are home, so you got nothing better to do on a Sunday. You can listen to some cool stuff. But yeah, we went into great length about different aspects of the game, and I thought it was overall a really good interview. So definitely when that comes out, check it out. But I'm thinking Sunday at 8 a.m. EST is when I'm planning on releasing it. And yeah, like I'm very happy with. It was a short newsletter, but it was it gave us the information we wanted. It's nice that we got an evolution too. So this arcane type, it's interesting because arcane, and this kind of goes a little bit into the interview, is like the magical type. It encompasses like wizardry and stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting to see what kind of like spells or incantations this version of Gracoon can have. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you checked out my Mythren Monster Tamer Showcase video yet? If not, definitely check it out. It'll give you more insight onto the game. But if you have, what do you think about this new form of Gracoon, or I guess evolution, so to speak? And what do you think about the project as a whole so far? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd. You can check out my subscriber Discord and my Patreon. All links in the description. Until next time, peace.